What could go wrong with Galaxy S25 Ultra? It is too early, but there are a couple of bad news about the Galaxy S25 Ultra, and I'm here to list them all. So stick till the end to find more, and for more updates, don't forget to subscribe. There were big hopes Samsung would finally change the cameras in Galaxy S25 Ultra, but it seems like it's not gonna happen. Now, according to Ice Universe, regarding the cameras of S25 Ultra, prepare for the worst. Don't rule out the possibility that everything will remain the same. This is quite shocking news that no camera update on S25 Ultra seems impossible to happen, and here's my reason. Now, according to the source, who actually saw the prototype of Galaxy S25 Ultra, has somehow bigger claims than we could imagine. According to him, Samsung is going bold with the Galaxy S25 Ultra cameras, and there are three new aspects. First, there is no 4 rear cameras, but only 3 camera sensors on the back. The main one, the ultra-wide, and the periscopic lens. The 3x telephoto sensor is finally going to an end. Samsung can generate this with the high-resolution 200 megapixel sensor without losing much quality and can perform similar to an optical 3x 10 megapixel sensor. The main camera has the same sensor size and the same number of megapixel, but the ability to capture light will be improved. Although he claimed big about the ultra-wide sensor, according to him, there is no update on ultra-wide sensor, at least on this prototype. Let me share previous information about the ultra-wide. According to previous rumors, Samsung will going to feature a 50 megapixel ultra-wide sensor on S25 Ultra. After a very long time, the ultra-wide is getting an update. Also, there's another thought Samsung will gonna change it. Apple this year will going to put a 50 megapixel ultra-wide sensor on 16 Pro Max. So how is it possible for Samsung to look behind in numbers? So as per my expectations, Samsung might go with the 50 megapixel ultra-wide sensor on S25 Ultra. The third and even big claim, the periscope lens has a large sensor and variable zoom, but 2 fixed focal length. The first being between 4 and 5x zoom, and the second between 6 and 7x zoom, but it is not the same as Sony's one. Let's see what Samsung will bring to the table, but I feels like Samsung should play between 5x and 10x zoom lens if those are fixed. This way, S25 Ultra will perform extremely well at 10x zoom and can crush every other smartphone at 10x zoom. Even Galaxy S23 Ultra, which performs really well compared to S24 Ultra just because S24 Ultra has a 5x telephoto sensor and not the 10x optical zoom sensor. Fingers crossed, it will be really interesting to see this new feature on S25 Ultra. It is too early to even comment on the camera performance of Galaxy S25 Ultra or any camera change. One thing which is certain, Samsung will go with the 4 cameras on the back no matter what happens. Despite getting these news, I am expecting Samsung might go with the camera update, either an ultra-wide sensor or a variable telephoto sensor. As I mentioned, another source apart from Ice, he saw prototype, which means Samsung is still testing out the possible camera changes on S25 Ultra, so don't worry and wait for a little more time to see the actual information flowing. Now, Ice Universe also claims, what I can confirm, there is no size change on S25 Ultra. It will be same 6.8 inches. Now, I don't mind having the exact same size. It is an ideal size for a smartphone, but the big issue, which I will see if Samsung go with the same display technology as S24 Ultra. We need couple of changes. Fix the grainy issue on S25 Ultra. There's an internal source claim big about the display peak brightness. According to him, we are going to see a massive 3000 nits of peak brightness on S25 Ultra. This means we are not going to see a size change, but display technology will see a change next year. Now, we don't know how efficient will it be since 3000 nits peak is 400 nits more than the S24 Ultra. Speaking of efficiency, why not we should talk about the battery life. Samsung is making one of the biggest mistakes, and that same mistake has done many years ago from Apple. Samsung wants to play on software side rather than the hardware. I remember every guy even till date make fun of Apple due to their batteries, although that joke is too old now as Apple is beating every other competitor with the battery life. But if you are stubborn and not willing to change and think software will handle everything, you might go wrong, since I have a news about the battery life and it is all about software and no hardware change, although the claims about software of S25 Ultra are too big. Now, this is what internal source claims. He claims Galaxy S25 Ultra 5500 mAh battery is right now in a testing process, which means it might be possible for us to get the 5500 mAh battery. if there is no cost-cutting strategy involved in it. He also claims if there is a 5500 mAh battery, still you're going to see a 45 watt fast charger. He said Samsung will going to improve the charging algorithm and it will be better for our long-term use. Now at first, I was a little bit skeptical about the battery AI thing, which he explains Samsung is working heavily on improving the battery life on S25 Ultra. That means they are cooking big. He also claims S25 Ultra will going to feature a Snapdragon Gen 4 FG version, which is made for Galaxy, and Samsung will going to underclock the middle cores to save up some battery on S25 Ultra. I think they are trying similar things just like what they did with the Snapdragon Gen 3 on S24 Ultra, where they underclock the middle cores but overclock the high performance core. Now according to second source, instead of increasing the battery size of S25 Ultra, Samsung will going to introduce a new battery AI to improve the battery life of S25 Ultra. Honestly, I am skeptical about this battery AI feature. According to the source, Samsung will better handle the background task or unnecessary task and even limit the processor high frequencies. Now I have a different opinion on this. If you're spending this much amount of money on a flagship device, still AI will kill the background task, why do we even need to spend this much amount of money? We can buy a cheaper phone and can get a better battery life. Battery AI along with the bigger battery size should be a way to go. And Samsung have to give us option to turn off AI battery optimization just in case if we don't like it, we can turn it off. Now the battery AI is not only limited to S25 Ultra, but there's a source claiming big about Galaxy Z Fold 6. As we all know, Samsung is not gonna change the battery size on Z Fold 6 either. It will be same 4400. And this new battery AI matters the most for foldable phones, which will launch in 2 months, and that thing clear things up. Either it will be a good feature or just a gimmick, and this is what he claimed. According to the source, Samsung will going to enhance the battery backup by 20 to 30 minutes, which is obviously I'm expecting a screen on time. Now this source didn't confirm which thing is getting a change. But there's another source claiming even big about the battery life of Galaxy Z Fold 6. For the people who are looking for internal changes on S25 Ultra, then this is what previous sources claims. Finally, Samsung is going to give us 16 gigs of RAM on S25 Ultra. But the thing which is really interesting is we are going to see a 16 gigs on 512 gigs and 1 TB version. You only see 12 gigs on 256 gigs of storage. These new storage options are not a normal one, but a new UFS 4.0 4-lane CES, which will going to boost the speed compared to the UFS 4.0. And on this note, if you find value from this video, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you next time. Till then, peace out.